What's going on, YouTube fam? Welcome to Midlife Manhood. I'm joined today again with my boys, Corey Devon and T Real. Welcome to another episode of Ballin While Black. I guess that's going to probably be the name of the show, Ballin While Black, number 2. So we got a few topics that we wanted to hit today, as we always want to touch on things happening in the sports world, dealing with race and also with relationships. And so we're going to touch on that definitely today as we hit 3 main topics that's going on in kind of the sports world that everyone's beginning to talk about, and maybe even touch on some things that people aren't even talking about too much. So with this first one, and I guess I got to say, because it's YouTube world, make sure you like and subscribe, because we're going to be doing this on a regular basis, as well as other videos coming out for my midlife men, for us old guys, because I'm going to even start adding in another segment in this show on asking these young cats why they do certain things that they do. We'll get to that later. Today, let's start out. Corey, I got to throw it over to you, because we just finished up with The Last Dance. We talked about this on Ballin' While Black #1, show 1, that we looked at Michael Jordan, what it meant to my generation. And so the fact that I even got a chance to learn about Michael Jordan in ways I didn't even know about him before, and that was good. And it put a lot of things in context. There were footage of Michael Jordan that I never even knew existed. But now there's a discussion going on. What if they do one on Tom Brady? Now, you are the resident Tom Brady lover. You know, where's my San Francisco hat at? But anyway, I need to get my San Fran hat out, my 49er hat right now, because, it would have been nice that if they could have picked up Brady. I'm certainly not a huge Brady fan. I don't have much love for him for many other reasons that I'm sure we're going to touch into, because this is Ballin' While Black, while we talk about race and relationships, and Tom Brady actually fits in both of those categories for these discussions. But tell me and T Real and the YouTube audience, why in the world would I care to see 9, 10, 8 episodes on Tom Brady?
Well, why did you want to watch Michael Jordan?
Because he's
a lot of people that watched Mike back then wanted to see this documentary to kind of get a little sneak peek into what they didn't get to see. So, why not? Why not see the GOAT? Why not see, one of the greatest to ever do it? Why not? Excuse me, can you go in there? Thank you. Can you go in there, please? Thank you. Sorry. But why not? Why wouldn't you want to see the GOAT? Why wouldn't you want to see the greatest quarterback of all time in a documentary? Get a little sneak peek, especially because if you look at it, we never get to see anything about the Patriots. It's always, the Patriot way, and they're always so closed. Everything's in-house, everything's just really quiet, and you always get the one-liners from Bill Belichick. Brady always had to, kind of fall in line as far as the Patriot way, because he was a quarterback. So he kind of had to be quiet, not really show a certain side of him that we probably all want to see. People kind of label Brady as just being the perfect guy, but, I'm sure that there's probably things that we don't know about him that we probably want to know, probably things that we want to see. We want to see how he is in the locker room. We want to see how he is off the field. We want to. I know there is people that want to see it. No matter what y'all say, there are people that want to see it.
T-Real, you light them up before I go.
I think maybe people will want to see the Tom Brady documentary. The problem is, I think it'll be much like Michael Jordan's documentary. Michael Jordan has to give the thumbs up for approval. So we're never going to see the things that he doesn't want us to know. So will Bill Belichick be in bad light? Yep, he'll get there eventually. Will Tom be there? Nope, it would be poor Tom couldn't get his advertisements and handle the business side as much because he had to be so focused on football. And Bill Belichick trying to get him out for Jimmy Garoppolo. Um, I'm okay. I'd rather see a documentary on T.O. Hopefully that's not just
Ooh.
not me being biased because we share the same, at least spelling for our first name. So
It was hard for T.O. to even get in the Hall of Fame, let alone get his documentary.
Oh,
so
shots fired.
Come on now.
how much more interesting would that be?
It would be interesting, but wouldn't it be? I don't want to see a T.O. I wouldn't want to see it because I feel like they would just bash T.O. and it would be one of those things where look at this black man on TV just acting crazy. Because that's how they would make it.
I think in Tom Brady's best interest, he shouldn't have a documentary until 15 years from now because he still needs to show if he can win the chip in Tampa. So that would help with
Most
his
definitely.
legacy versus a to be continued Tom Brady.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I think a Tom Brady documentary after he retires, maybe 10 years down the line, that would be appropriate. I don't think, something very soon. I think it would be rushed. I think it would be forced. The Last Dance was kind of done. They did it and they took their time and they made sure they did their due diligence on what I'll say Michael did as far as what he wanted the people to see. So yeah, I would like. I know there are football fans. See, y'all not football fans like like I am.
Come
So
on,
it's a little
man.
different.
Uh-uh.
Y'all not football fans like me, man. I'm a die hard over here.
I may not be so much a diehard football fan, but I am enough of a football fan to respect Tom Brady. I respect the game of Tom Brady. You and I used to have the debate on who was the GOAT. Well, and I said not even necessarily think that Peyton Manning was the GOAT, but I thought that Peyton Manning was right up there with Tom Brady. But since that whole discussion years ago, I will agree. I'll say Tom Brady's the GOAT. I'll give you that. But the only thing I want to see about Tom Brady might be his fine wife. That's probably about it. Because other than that, what other story do I want to know about Tom Brady? I mean, if it wasn't for his wife, in fact, would Tom Brady be able to squeeze up on Gisele Bunchkin if he was not Tom Brady? If he did not have the
Of course
ring?
not.
No, because
Of
he's
course
not
not.
even an interesting person. I mean, he doesn't come across that way. Could you? I mean, when MJ, look at how MJ is, and you see him and what he developed into. Let's be honest. The reason why it was compelling is because he got into a lot of trouble. Not really trouble, but he had stories off the court.
Mm-hmm.
Brady, even and Michael Jordan even told those stories. Like T. Real said, he gave the thumbs up to say, yeah, put it out there. But Brady hasn't even been retired long enough. Can he really tell us what went on with was it Inflategate or whatever, Deflategate? Can he tell us whether they were actually stealing signs, recording practices?
Maybe. If it's 10, 20 years later, maybe.
He's not gonna put himself in that light.
Right, exactly. He won't do that now because they calling even Jordan a snitch, and this all these years later for the things that he ratted out. He calling Horace Grant a snitch, and then he telling the other business of things that he saw that went on in the hotel room. So I don't think we could have a real good, compelling. We'll use the term in air quotes documentary because the Jordan one really wasn't a documentary. We would not have a good one right now. I don't think, if anything, T-Real, you bring up a good point. I would not mind seeing T.O. And one of my boys, actually, I don't know if we talked about it on the last show, or I know Mark, who's been on our other show, the No Love Zone. Make sure y'all check that out. No Love Zone, because Mark is an avid Cowboys fan. He would rather see do something for the Cowboys. That's far enough removed because you had not really drama with Emmitt Smith, but you had just kind of Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders battle going on. You had Michael Irvin getting in trouble. You had Michael Irvin being accused of rape. And then when it turned out he wasn't, they didn't even put it on the front page, but you had that because that was a great issue to talk about, at least kind of the differences that we see in how they handle such a topic. And then you had Nate Newton, you got Troy Aikman and all the concussions. you got T.O. running out on the star, putting his hands up, and Emmitt Smith going knocking him off. So the Cowboys even have a much more compelling discussion that you could have than really Tom Brady. And I guess we could say it's good unless they're gonna come tell us some dirt about Tom Brady that I'm sure might have either, if it has happened, it's been swept up on under the rug. And so if that comes
And
out,
that's what I'm saying. We got a long time.
yeah, but I think they're talking about doing something now on, and that's where it's like,
Yeah.
I'm not ready to see that right now.
No, not right now. It's too soon. He's not even done playing. I would like to see a Tom Brady documentary about 10 years after he retires. They could even make it called The Patriot Way, where he kind of just gives us that in-depth look on what it really was. That was the Patriot Way. If anybody's going to know, it's going to be Tom Brady. He's been there the longest. He's been there. He was there from the beginning and the end because, let's be honest, Patriots are done. They might mess around and get the first round pick first pick next year in the draft. That's how bad they might be. So I think that Tom could possibly give us some insight on some things that people want to know about the Patriots that we'll never know unless somebody really comes out and says it.
Yeah, but now I'm going to go back to what you said about being a football fan. And again, I give it up to Mark because he made this point. Michael Jordan, and I talked to another guy in Brazil, actually. He said that he was watching The Last Dance. Now, mind, he's in Brazil, and he's actually you guys' age, in his 30s, and he's watching The Last Dance on Netflix down there. Tom Brady plays American football. And so that's the other part about all of this. Michael Jordan truly transcended the United States of America. Basketball obviously became, especially a global sport during his era. That was one of the jobs of Jordan, was to export basketball around the world, and it worked. But now, Tom Brady is really only known, I won't say only known, but you know what I'm saying. American football is really a big thing here in America. That's why they're trying to play more games in Europe. That's why they're trying to play more games down in Mexico City. I don't know if if Tom Brady would have that same kind of pull globally as Michael Jordan did.
What about if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers mess around and win a Super Bowl? Then will you want to see a Tom Brady documentary?
Nope.
Still won't convince you. So if he takes two different franchises to the Super Bowl, wins a 7th Super Bowl title with a different team, you still wouldn't want to see some type of doc?
Again, it has to be something compelling. I mean, it's a great sports story, but I need more to make it really compelling.
All right.
Am I wrong? T-Real, he down there with you now. Would that make you want to see it?
I'm always.
He's not even excited about him coming to hometown.
No, I don't care. I mean, to be honest, I mean, it's gonna get even more annoying that it's just gonna be red jerseys all over the place that weren't here before. So that's gonna be the annoying thing. And they about 2 of their jerseys look good, but whatever that dark gray one is, that's ugly. So I hope nobody's wearing that. But it's just a lot of documentaries that I think I'd rather see in front of him, and more, again, because I'm a basketball head, I'd rather see a LeBron James documentary. Obviously, I'd rather also wait until he's removed, but there's just plenty of other people, in front of them that we could go ahead and watch. And you could watch the entire Lakers dynasty documentary, and it's just easier to market the NBA because the individual faces the business. The business strategy was to be able to market the individual players, rather NFL. They're wearing helmets. It's about the team on the front, less about just the name on the back as far as a global impact. You don't see, Tom Brady with the helmet. Maybe to some people will look like Stidham. So.
Wow. Man, now actually that's going to go to your other guy in Tampa Bay. And I always remember Warren Sapp making that statement that the NFL is not about marketing the player. The NFL is about marketing those logos on the helmets. And when Warren Sapp did that way back in the day, I think this is almost still kind of a good example. And I'm gonna give props to Mark. I don't want to steal somebody else's thunder on this, but he did bring this up. The thing that we get with Michael Jordan is that you have a dark-skinned black man that you see he revolutionized the sport. He took it to another level from a shoe, from an apparel position, also from a global dominance position in terms of exporting that entire sport. A dark-skinned black man. And that says a whole lot. And I know he actually takes a lot of heat even to this day about not being woke, as people want to say, wishing that Jordan would have spoken up, in the past about various racial issues and things that were going on socially. And he always seemed to distance himself away from that. But I must still say his tenacity, his commitment to winning, and the way he conducted himself, I think was actually very phenomenal. Again, I don't know if that would pull me in watching Tom Brady. Well, I don't know what that compelling storyline becomes for me to watch him, because again, you have Brady, the model-looking guy. Well, at least now he is. Because if you're in Hollywood, if you're a celebrity, you can, they'll fashion you up to look like a model, and then you married a supermodel wife. I'm sorry, I can't relate to that. I can relate a little bit more to Jordan than I can to Tom Brady. Sorry, even though I'm from Michigan.
All right. If y'all say so, we'll see 20 years from now. I want to remember this conversation 20 years from now when it's coming on ESPN. And I'm be like, y'all watching it? We'll see.
Hey man, I'll watch it because we'll probably be on some kind of another lockdown with some made up cooties that Vodovoz will be like, nothing else on.